following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2.
Hello everyone and welcome to the start of the round of 32 here in Justice July over in MRE UNO D2. I am your host G-Man. We are going to get started this round with a qualifier match and similar to how it went last time, Evan is going to be kicking off on the start here. It's the 4 seed of Prosecution region, and he will be going up against West number 5 seed as they both look to get things going here. Both with hoping they can make the playoffs, but one of them will be cut short here today. But we'll get into it. Let's take a look at the schedule here. This is the opening game. We have quite the packed slate here. Evan versus West will kick things off, and then in an hour in the same region, although that could be delayed if this game goes long, we'll be going with Taco Cagius at 3 p.m. Joao will actually be the ref for this one and the next one as well, so he will be filling in for both. And then at 5:30, got a bit of a break in the action there, but 5:30 in the Shorty region, we got White Spider and fan favorite Clint Green going at it. Again, Taco, as I forgot to mention, Taco is the first of the bubble players going out in this round. White Spider will be the second. Those will be matches you will have to keep an eye out on, as they could have massive championship implications depending on who wins or loses that one. And then for the defense region, 30 minutes later, second stream for the D2 of the day. Fourth overall, that will be number 2 seed Joao taking on number 7 seed Bree. Joao third on the bubble, looking to make it into the D2 championship as an at-large. Bree with an outside chance, very, very much outside chance of being an at-large, but could come in and stir the pot and cause some chaos. And then finally, King of Red, Guest. Red, one of the top 4 seeds, looking to get this win. Guest just got their first career win in the last round. They're hoping to keep the momentum rolling and make it out of the round of 32 for the very first time in their career. We'll take a look at the bracket now, and this is going to be one that has been chalk so far on the top side. Cyan Titan, of course, with the bye. He'll face off against Ninja Jax. Ninja Jax, the other player in a qualifier game. That'll be Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Ninja Jax hoping to cause the upset and make it into the LCQ, not the into the LCQ, and possibly spoil the party for Cyan when it comes to his seeding, or even maybe make it the field. Who knows? Depends on how the rest of the field goes. I mean, Cyan is in a good spot. There'd have to be a lot of chaos for that to happen, but never know. You always want to make sure you get those wins. And then, of course, Evan and West going at it. Evan won 4-1 in the last round over Pirate, which was also the first match of the round. First match of the round for Evan once again here. And then West beat Meredith 4-3. And they are going to try and get another win here, as they have made it to the round 32 for 3 straight tournaments. We'll go jump into the stream here. I am joined by my co-commentator Nifty, who has joined the booth, and we welcome them in. Nifty, I mean, this is a qualifier match for Evan, so all on the line here. There is an outside possibility he can make it if let's say Ninja Jax doesn't win and then like no one else qualifies. That's really a way he could get in, but that's obviously not the reliable way. He wants to make sure he gets the job done right here and now. But your thoughts on Evan's perspective going into this matchup, and then contrast that with the West, as West is at 3-3, so he needs 2 more wins, but still could be someone who could play spoiler and jump into the playoffs depending on the result here.
Round of 16, the regional semifinals in 2 of the tournaments already this season. So I feel like he's got the capabilities to make the run go that far once again, alongside securing his spot into the LCQ for sure. You never want to leave it up to the chance of someone else winning or losing a match when it's your time on the line and you got the cards in your hands. Um, Wes, he's definitely looking to try and break through. I don't think he's made it past the round of 32 yet this tournament. So this is kind of a wall for him. Alongside, if he gets past this, then the next match would be an LCQ qualifier for him too, I believe. A lot on the line for both of these players here as far as the postseason goes. But yeah, I'm guessing we'll see a pretty dedicated match between both of them.
All right, well, we'll go to the players here. Wes is not in the BC, so I'm gonna have to type out his question. But for Evan, we'll go to you first. I mean, this is definitely a high pressure match here, but you've shown you've been pretty consistent so far this season and had a good result in the round of 64. What do you do here in this match, going into it with your expectations of what Wes is gonna bring and how you can manage to take control of the game and get the job done here today? More for West question for him. Had good consistency last two tournaments, so this round's been down to climb this far. Any thoughts heading into this one? What you need to do to come out on top and make your first round 16? We'll see what West has to say here. West is also going to draw on the first turn because he decided to start the game early for some reason, which technically players do have the ability to do that due to the practice games. But yeah, that made the process a little scary, although ultimately it doesn't affect too much. The only thing that would suck for Evan with that one is if he had a really good hand game one, but no cards were played in it, so it didn't really matter. Well, Evan's typing
Got
up
a
here.
nice little crowd showing up for our first match of the round here.
That is true. We got a good slate of action here today, and a lot of very important matches coming up. So a lot of people are
Yeah.
going to be keeping an eye out and seeing how this will affect the postseason picture. Because I mean, again, we have the three groups of D2 Championship at large, LCQ players, and then people who are just done. So, gonna be a lot of impact to see where those splits go, especially for today. But for Evan, certainly feeling the pressure. Just gotta do what I've been doing my whole journey, and I guess to fill in the lines, I guess that'd be to win. But Wes is not. I don't know if Wes is around here, so maybe I'll just ping him here. Um,
Maybe here.
there we go.
Give him a yeah.
This has been a very chaotic start for Wes so far, so he's kind of already thrown himself a little bit behind the eight ball, but um, not to say he's obviously not out of it, of course, but definitely don't want to have the bad start. Yeah, okay. Well, while we're waiting for Wes here, I mean, Nifty, your thoughts going into this round on the general bubble picture. Wes is typing here, but we'll quickly pull up the schedule here. I mean, your general thoughts on the bubble picture heading into this round, because we have four of them going up, or three of them are playing today, so could see a bit of a change here, especially with all of them still in.
Yeah, it's going to be a very competitive round today. I've seen a few people speculating like who's got to win or lose in order for their chances to be better. Um, Rooting for underdogs today might be happening a lot for some people. um, it's yeah, very tight margin for the D2 championship right now. I'm very excited to see where we're standing after this weekend alone. I think it's going to be very telling after these next 2 days of matches.
All right, we'll see what Wes has to say. While I have two strategies in mind, I won't reveal them yet, but I will say one of them requires for Evan to fall for it. And Evan says power play at the ready. But with that, I think we are set to get rolling here. Joao will be the ref. He'll ask Evan for the game one card start, and hopefully we can get things going in a little bit more of the usual manner. But
Evan with the all-important first card start. Really shifts
right,
the
that's gonna be
momentum
9.
of... Yeah. Interesting way to do it, going by seed number.
Alright, there we go. And we are going, and red skip is going to be the opener here. And we are underway for the round of 32. Big match on stream. I'm going to quickly change the possession area here to be white so it's a little bit more visible. But both looking through their cards right now.
Making the opening plan A's as Evan draws or puts down that red 4. Wes did say he was going to draw first turn. Let's see if that's the case.
Yeah, well, technically that is technically not enforced per se, but we'll see if
Not
he
at all.
follows that. No. Okay.
Oh,
well.
blue 4.
Alright. Yeah, again, with the start of that one last time, that's more of just gonna be like a crew chief to the hauler at the end of the race kind of thing. But yeah, alright. Gonna roll blue for now.
Blue sugar down to 0. Hard to swap off that number. But Wes did want to swap here, so I'm curious if there's a little run coming. Yes, blue skipping to 8.
Alright, so a bit of a double here. And
And
Evan's
we're
gonna go back into
back
red.
to red.
Yeah, Evan wants to goes back to the red now. We'll see how Wes reacts with that. He was the one who wanted blue initially. He's gonna have some red. Again, with that double though, Wes technically has possession arrow lead at the moment. And we gotta switch in the green.
Third color
So
coming out.
I mean, mostly numbers so far besides that double from Wes. And Evan
And a
has no
draw.
green. That's not gonna be great for Evan here. Wes keeps it rolling, goes to 3.
I don't know if there will be some sort of finish plan here with a 9-card start. Might not always have the ammo for it, but Wes is pulling ahead a good bit. Wes has had a lot of close games this season. 18 to 17 on the win record. Usually that denotes a lot of 4-3 finishes in one way or another. So, kind of curious how this match is going to turn out against Evan as he drops a +4 and switches into yellow.
I don't know if Evan was feeling really safe there, so just wanted to go with the security option, and Evan is looking to get back rolling on yellow.
Bring it over to a color that maybe he might have more work on.
It's gonna be clutch also for Evan if that ends up being a top deck, but we'll see. The first ditto of the game, he goes down to 3 with that one. Now, if Wes has a switch here, that might not work out because I'm wondering if Evan wants to keep it yellow for a little bit longer. No switch for now, keeps it yellow. See if Evan is good with that. No, he's not. Ran out.
Wes just got a bit more ammo to work with, potentially more yellow than Evan. Trying to play that route yellow 66 ain't gonna work.
Now trying playing
Bump
76.
it up to 76.
There it is, yellow 6. Yeah. So I think the thing for Evan that this gives a bit of a tell to is I think his hand is split at the moment, so that's not necessarily the best spot to be in. He's really gonna have to hope West gets a draw soon, because otherwise it's gonna be trouble. So again,
Card
Evan with
count's
another
still
draw.
pretty even. It would just take running out on yellow for West to... never mind, still got something to run with.
Still going on yellow. I don't believe West has had a draw yet this game so far. I mean like a self draw, not like an actual draw, because he got plus
Yeah.
4, but
Yeah,
finds
you're
the
right
switch
on
in the
that.
green. Has the connections there.
Does Evan have a green now from some of these draws, or is it still blanks?
But it was trying to slow down the pace a little, keeping the pace a little slow as we
Ooh.
go into this. But double here, we'll see if you can do anything with that. West draws
What's
actually,
Evan?
so ironically, this might actually help Evan a little. No, it won't actually. It's gonna be a double draw. So no, both
Draw
draws.
City.
Draw City here. West gets a top deck green 2, but no greens.
At least it stalls things out a bit more. Oh,
Ooh.
gets a lucky swap.
Switch the red here. Might be a little risky. We'll see. This could give a big read, though.
We haven't seen red in a while.
Yeah, I think this is the kind of the thing I mentioned before. I think Evan's hand is split at the moment, so
Yeah.
there's not really a lot of uniformity at the moment, which is going to be a bit of a trouble spot, especially when both players are down the low cards.
West putting on the thinking cap.
Alright, gets the Uno on the red 3.
I'm kind of curious what the split option there was. Maybe just debating one number over another? I think West could have the finish on red.
Red 9. May not have even mattered anyways.
I guess we'll see if the finish is here?
No
No.
finish. That gives some more life to Evan, though.
Do not need to call Uno when you got 2 cards, but I respect covering your bases.
Well, both down to 2 now. West in the position to possibly benefit from a top deck here, but Evan looking to keep running it down. Just about to hit 7 minutes 30 seconds. That is a massive top deck here, and Evan might have to find a finish here. Gonna be a tough spot for him to finish on this one with blue.
Yeah, it's tough to say if Evan really has anything to combat with this.
No way!
That's just what he needed!
And it steals the game at the last second. Wow.
Was laying down the red 5, hoping that West would draw so that he could swap to blue and get the skip. But West just swapped it to blue for him. That's amazing.
I mean, for West, I mean, was a blue skip, so. But yeah, I mean, that's a crazy way to end that one, both on blue. I mean, Evan, your thoughts on your thoughts on that game, because you were definitely behind for most of that one, but right at the last second, West gets a fortunate top deck, and you were able to capitalize, steal in, and swipe the victory away for game 1.
And I'm gonna ask Wes, what was the last card you were holding on to?
Definitely was gonna be a blue, but
yeah, I'm just curious what the decision earlier was with that. If it related to swapping over to blue earlier. Blue
Blue 2.
2. Yes. So he was debating a color swap over to blue. Decided to go with the red 3 and called check instead. Evan did not have the means to switch over to blue though. And neither did Wes.
Yeah, I think the thing with that one though, seeing what the last two cards here for Evan was, I don't really know if Wes is going to be able to find that win anyways with the switch, because he would have had to go back to red. So that
That
was going
was
to be
a
a tough
real
spot no matter
tough
what.
position. I mean, a bit of a lucky top deck on the wild, but just played right into the plan Evan had. So
All right, well, quite the exciting ending to game one here to kick things off. Evan going up 1-0, just what 1-0, just what he needed to start this series. But I mean, really, really good stuff in general. So I'm trying to work around the what size I want to do for these.
yeah,
But
was there much ammo played in that match? I'm trying to look back at that.
not no, there wasn't really a. I mean, there wasn't really a ton besides the occasional double. I mean, both had
Yeah,
a
I mean,
skip. Both had a skip. Evan finished it with one. Evan had a reverse, and then I mean, Evan had a +4 save, and then West drew the regular wild. But no big runs here.
no. It was just a lot of relying on swapping over to the color you needed at the right time.
Yeah, quite the opener here to say the least. But it's the spot Evan wants to be in, and that could be end up being crucial later down the line, especially if this goes 7, where this game 1 opener can be a big difference. But
Mm.
all right, we'll go to game 2 here. Evan has the call once again. Gonna
Jumping
go
up
up
to
to
11.
going up to 11 here. Wants to go a little higher. Wes is gonna drink some herbal tea while playing.
Gotta calm the nerves, maybe finding the
Well,
finish a little better next time.
that is a real thing though, so it could help with that. But Wes is saying bye. Yeah, it looks like a little bit. Unfortunately, the tea is not helping the composure here. So
The nerves
uh,
are spiked. Wes already spoiling what the hand is to Evan?
we'll see. Evan just probably gonna keep his cards tight to his chest here, but this doesn't necessarily mean that
Cards of
Evan has
5?
doesn't necessarily mean Evan has a good hand either. But
I don't
cards of
know if this
5,
is a
or
psychological fake out or what.
I mean, we'll see. Till
Okay,
6. Yeah, I mean that is the thing, especially with how this works with the bot. I mean, if it's just in person, this is a little harder to do, but I mean, with it being on Discord and whatnot, you could definitely play a little bit more mind games, a little
sure.
bit more freely.
It's a bit easier to hide the hand and rely on the fact that it literally could be anything given to you in any match. Ooh, swap over to blue 5.
Yeah, an early start here, running numbers so far, a few switches here and there, and Evan's gonna go for a double to give himself a definitive lead. Yeah, again, no big runs so far here, only just doubles or a single number.
Let's see, Wes still able to. I mean, Wes has only played 6s and a 5, so far could be same number.
Alright, blue 0. There is a small chance I could win. He is still commenting on his odds here.
Worming into Evan's confidence a little bit, maybe, as he
Ooh,
draws.
it's not gonna help Evan here. Now he's gonna have to find the switch. Blue 8
Blue 8. All right. Definitely a variety of first for Wes.
gets a top deck blue 2. Does Wes keep going on blue? Yes, he does. Does Evan find the
That's a lot of
switch?
blue. Maybe it was just a mostly monocolor hand.
Ooh,
As we swap
found
over
the
to red,
switch.
I guess we'll see if that's tested.
So Evan is gonna find the switch here, but Wes has the position arrow lead.
And we'll keep it. Red 3.
But for how long here? Because Evan may come up with another double here, but no, it's just gonna be a red 2.
Mm.
Was still a little bit anxious about the end of this game. We are getting closer to what could be the end game here for game number 2. Wes says he's gonna regret this. Gonna go for the early
Oh!
+4 into green.
Might have been looking to use that as a route to a finish, but we got a little bit of a run here finally. West down to 2 cards, but if he's going to regret this, does he not have the finish?
I would think he does not have the finish here if he's saying I'm gonna regret this, because he's probably thinking to one. No, never mind. He's just gonna have a double
Oh,
+4 there. So
okay.
um,
Wow. Really just table talking his way into Evan's mind even when he had the win. Wow.
yeah. I'm wondering if maybe he was trying to bait a defensive power play there. But
Maybe.
yeah, I think that would have been a little early for Evan, but was trying just trying to see if he could do that, but just takes the game win anyways. Um, yeah, but Wes is gonna make it 1-1 here. I mean, Evan, anything your thoughts on that one? I mean, again, kind of we're similar to last time, except Wes just kind of took the definitive lead afterwards and just ran away with it with a the 4 card run to the end.
Meanwhile, Wes doing some math equation to calculate what the next card start's gonna be. Who knows what the tea was laced with, what kind of flavor we got. Maybe it's a big brain balsam brew.
I'm gonna ask Wes, mentioning a lot about your hand during the game. Question is, what flavor of tea are you having in house to help you get that win? So, 'cause, I mean, he did mention he's having tea in game 2, so bit of a adjustment there, but I mean, got the numbers. All right, he's gonna go with 10 for game 3. Don't start it yet, Joel. But all right, all right, he's
Cinnamon.
having cinnamon. All right,
And I would explain getting spicier with the table talk.
indeed. All right, well, I think we're good to start game 3 here. Clickable ×3, and we are going yellow skip is going to be the start on this one. So got an ammo card start here.
Yeah, second skip start for this series.
We're also sticking in the middle of the table, the card start range here so far. I mean, 9, 11, and 10. So not really going to either end of the deep end, just kind of staying in the middle. Have an immediate switch right away.
Nothing too crazy early on.
We'll have to wonder what that does say about his yellow usage here in this game.
Yeah, if there's something he's hanging on to, or if he just saw that opportunity for an early swap over and decided to take it. There's been a lot of early switches from Evan here. I'm kind of curious if that feeds into a strategy or a play mentality on his side.
Alright, running the reds. Again, so far in this match, both times Evan has been the first to draw here. He's looking to avoid that this time, but for right now, it's just been a numbers game, kind of similar to how most of these earlier games have started.
He really wanted to stay on that 7. We got a ditto play on 9.
I was just about to say, I don't think Wes has had a single self draw yet. I believe that's his first of the match.
Dang.
So Wes is going to be the one who draws first this time. And Evan draws as well.
follows. Yeah, nothing to swap off of with that 9. Interesting.
Yeah, so now looking to be potentially stuck here, but Wes is going to break it right away with a wild green. So now we're actually in a three-color game at this point. Green 3.
Able to make it work. Blue 3.
Well, that's a bold move here because Wes did not play a single green despite doing the color switch there. So
And just completely baited it into blue somehow. That's gonna be an interesting. How is that gonna pan out? Because Wes presumably needs to get back to green.
that's only the presumption. But what if that actually works out for Evan? What if that's the only green he had?
That would be truly wild if the only green you had was the green wild you put down. Evan's been okay on blue for the moment. I don't know if Wes. I mean, they're both doing fine. It's just who's gonna draw first here. There's no way that they're gonna be able to both finish on blue, right?
Wes is saying he has to draw here. We'll see what Evan does though.
I'm not trusting what Wes says at this point. Feels like trying to get in Evan's head a little bit.
Blue's 0 might not have an option anyway. We'll see if Wes actually draws here or not. There is no draw.
Only the freak show.
Whatever that means. Another +4 finish here. And
Dang.
Wes is gonna go 2-1.
So that's where the confidence of swapping over to blue came from. He knew he would be able to get back there and get that run.
It looks like for Evan, all numbers hand. Didn't really seem to have ammo. I don't think he played a single ammo card that entire game as well. So that's gonna be a rough one for Evan. Got close there, but couldn't quite finish it.
So then I'm curious. I think we would have ended up on blue anyway because Evan did play a blue 6 earlier within that whole blue run. So if Wes had stayed on green, played the reverse into 6, it probably would have been swapped over in his favor anyway. I think Wes had that no matter what. It was just a matter of the control and how to get there.
Well, I mean, Evan, any comments on that one? Especially with how that one ended and just having all numbers. All right, Wes is gonna go 8 here for game 4, so we're still staying in that range in a way, but we are going lower. Pretty much has not been like a number gap thus far because 8, 9, 10, 11. Couldn't really do anything there.
I mean,
Yeah.
my only thought is power play to force a draw, but that's not really a guarantee to save the game for you if your hand isn't strong enough to get a finish from there.
Yeah, and I think also with that one, what's it called? I think with the West having the +4 there as well, that was gonna be a really tough gamble to pull off. All right, well, we'll go with the game 4 here.
I wouldn't lose hope if I'm Evan. Wes has had a lot of close series in this season. This might just be another one of those.
Another ammo start here, this time red reverse.
Oh, man. This spot's robbing him of reverses and skips here.
Evan said all numbers last time. We'll see if he has some ammo this time, or even just another hand where it's all numbers. Again, Wes has really been throwing these mind games out all over the place, and it's to the point where it's really hard to trust what he says. All right, little ammo there from Evan.
Oh,
I think he meant the red 5. Yeah, there we go.
there you are.
Takes a possession lead. Red 1.
And then the
Never
forced draw.
draws.
Yeah, pretty early.
This has been
But
looking
is
pretty
Wes
tough
able
for
to
Evan.
follow up with this? I mean, there could be a number swap, but it's tough to call with the 8-card start.
Red 3. I mean, these starts are just really worked out for Wes so far. Gets the blue switch. I'd like to mention here also, there has not been a single +2 yet.
They don't need it. They've been finding their own way without that stuff. Oh,
Wes going to, again, talk about his strategies. Well, just as I
okay.
say it,
Oh,
there's the there's the first +2 of the entire series.
leaving it
But
open
Wes is
on
gonna
a
draw.
skip. That's interesting. I mean, it definitely pushes Wes ahead for the moment, but now Evan might have more blue to work with here and knows that Wes doesn't have, unless he top decks something, doesn't have the means to get off of blue.
Alright, gonna keep it with blue. Can he force another draw here? Yes, he will, so... I think I know what
Yeah.
Wes was trying to go for there, but it looks like it did not work out for now. Again, would be big for Evan to bring this back to a piece going into game 5, and that's a big run there.
Whoa!
He's gonna have a 4-card run with a +6. Goes into
That's
yellow now, and now he's at 3.
Wes up to 11. That's a 8-card difference. Wes saying perfect. All the options now in his hand, even though Evan's closer to the finish.
Just gonna place down the yellow 8. Evan gonna split that in half. Goes with the 4. Again, Evan now down to 2 cards here. Could find a double play for the win, but also what does Wes have? Wes says he could just let him win. Maybe has the maybe has an option here.
More
All right,
cards.
gonna have a +2. Throws him back to 4.
Now it's harder to predict if Evan's got a path to the end from here.
Could have also just not had the win either, but maybe the +2
Sure.
gives him something, but we don't really know.
Evan has not been engaging with the table talk at all. I just want to say he's only been playing. Like, Wes is out here talking up a storm. Evan's just playing.
Evan once again down the 2 here with the blue switch. May not have had any yellow left. We'll see if he get the Uno here. West goes down with the blue 0. Evan draws. And it looks like this number split is really not being kind to him at the moment. Red 0 swap.
Might be something here. No.
Another draw.
No blue, no red. Wes in control.
Yeah, Wes has been able to find a lot of these number connections here for Evan. Unfortunately, his hand's been becoming very split at the moment. Gets a wild yellow here. Haven't
Back
seen
where you
yellow
want it to
in
be.
a bit.
How's Wes gonna respond to this? Is there any yellow left for Wes to work with?
What says he's falling further down the rabbit hole.
We
What's
got
this at?
Alice stuck in Wonderland.
What is at 4? Yellow 7. I guess the
Oh,
Uno here.
was that
What has 3?
a
What has 3?
potential? Oh man,
What has 3 cards though?
I'm curious if Evan could have used a power play there to finish, and if so, then why didn't he?
Yellow
Just
2
faith in
dittos
that
it.
West not having a response?
What says there's
Maybe
nothing
Evan
else he can
gets
do?
this.
No.
No.
All right, West draws as well. So I mean, Evan's in the position for a top deck but again, not gonna find the win on yellow here.
They both got so close to finishing right here.
He
And it's
got
just
it. He got
not.
the +4, I think.
Oh!
He got it. This is what I was talking about. Puts himself in the position. He's in the position where he could benefit from a situation like this.
This is the one moment Evan has engaged with the table talk.
Well, he's got to play it first. There it is.
There it is.
The top deck +4 has made its appearance, and Evan ties it up at 2-2.
When Evan speaks, you know it's truth. That's gotta be rough for Wes, but nothing we can really do to defend against that one. Wow. Two lives remaining. Yeah, for both players now. It's a best of 3 match, effectively. We finally saw a lot more of the ammo come out in that match. I think it was like 3 +4s. All of the +2s played in this series were played in that last match. It's kind of funny that Wes made a comment about here's a tip, stop changing the color so much, and yet if we look at the times that each of them has switched the color, it's about equal. Evan's only up by 1 on that count.
It is true, 11-10 there. But for Evan, I mean, thoughts on that game? I feel like earlier you got a top deck wild. Although I know you didn't explicitly say that one, but and your thoughts on that game? There was definitely at moments where you felt like you looked a little lost on the next move at times due to your hand, but able to find what you need to get the connections, and at the end they're able to benefit from the classic top four top deck. I think I said top 4 +4 top deck. For West, Loki, I had an instinct in my head telling me draw from the deck, but I ignored it and it cost me. The tea speaks in my hand. It's guiding me.
I don't know if that's cinnamon. That doesn't sound like cinnamon flavored tea to me, does it?
I'm not sure, but you'll see again. Taco Cagius again will be coming up right after this one concludes. But we'll see what Evan has to say on that one. So that's gonna make it more interesting because the round of 64, Evan kind of ran away with this one. This one's definitely more of a fight. So I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that +2 before I was about to win had me a bit lost on what to do from there.
Yeah, I thought so as well, ruining whatever finished plan might have been in play for Evan. It's always tough getting hit with ammo right when you're about to close it out. But sometimes you just get lucky.
I
Find
mean,
what you need as in Draw City.
sometimes that's just what you need in this game. So, yeah, again, best of 3 at this point. Evan's got the game 5 call.
They've been 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now we got 7.
We're keeping
Hitting
all the
all the
numbers
numbers in a row.
stringed together here. There's not really been a gap so far. This is the OG start here. We'll see if maybe power play comes out or both try to elect to wait until it's a series finisher. Blue 1's gonna be start, so the ammo chain comes to an end. This is gonna be the thing with these lower tier starts.
We'll see if
Once
Evan
again with
swaps
the,
off the color once again. That's what we've been doing a lot of the time, but no, chooses to keep it on blue here to start.
Once again with the early comments here, and that's gonna make Evan a little bit more difficult to figure out what Wes has, but man, another draw from
Ooh.
Evan here.
Maybe there
only
just
gets one blue.
wasn't an opportunity to swap colors this time, but yeah.
I think from what I've been seeing so far, Wes has been able to get good starts here. It's just whether Evan can find a way to respond back and throw things into a loop here. But both draw on blue, so only one blue.
Not the color to start out for either of them.
Gonna draw again. And the blue 9.
Might be opening the door for something on either end. I guess we'll see. Maybe not, though. Could just be a bit of a draw for something better to start out.
Alright, draws again, and the draws say just keeps on going and going here. We're moving up a little bit here. Evan's up to 11. Wes looking to maybe keep him down low. There's another draw. Yeah, this is a crucial game 5 for both players here.
Shifting the momentum one way or another, heading into the remainder of this series.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like so far, apologies for the language, but it looks like blue has just been nowhere to be found. West might go for a +4 or a wild or something like that. He's going to go for the wild here in the red, so...
The T finally told him to stop.
Artificially gonna break up the draw city here, and that should get things rolling.
Wes is still ahead by a fair margin there, so I think taking the possession and just swapping over to a color is fine.
Evan is just gonna respond with a +4 off the bat.
Top deck +4? Maybe. Or maybe
was
just
having...
bringing it out now that Wes decided to play one too.
He was having none of it.
Either of them would have gotten the wilds.
We'll see what West does here. I mean, if he could potentially even respond with a +4. No, he's going to respond with a 4-card run here, and that's pretty much going to eliminate that +4, and we go back in the red. So big run there to move back into the color he originally wanted, but Evan's going to deny it. He goes back into the green. And now it's a battle between red and green. West is going to concede for now.
Probably no other option. Wow. Let's see if it was worth it for Evan if he can keep a run up going longer than Wes here. There's a lot of confidence in being able to swap over to that color twice.
8-6 here with the green 6. Evan's still behind by about a card and a half, but maybe in control with the green here. Although Wes has been able to follow in pursuit with the green as well. And just as I say that, Wes has ran out. If Evan can keep it rolling here, that puts him in advantage.
This is Evan's moment. Was staying on green worth it? Does he have more to run off of?
Yeah, we talk about that. That was a bold call to go for the +4 early like that, but I mean it might pay off here. He gets to switch the yellow, so that might free up Wes here, but Evan has just taken the lead with that one. Alright, Wes gonna play the yellow 2 here. Evan looking to keep things rolling on the yellow.
Down to 3.
Close game here. A run could change everything. Gets into red. West
Finally.
finally finds his red. And Evan has nothing.
That's especially why Evan was wanting to stay off of red specifically. But
And West
there's
runs out as
nothing
well.
else. No, nothing else there. I think that big
Self
run that Wes had
okay.
earlier with the reverse and the skip, that was really the big play for him.
Self ditto on the red 3 there. I was about to say wasn't gonna do much, but West with the top deck, red 2. Evan draws. Can West find the switch? And no, West draws again, so we're both at 6 apiece. Evan keeps drawing.
Just building up ammo once again for their next great crescendo. Whatever they got in mind, whatever color they want to swap over to next.
Yeah, again, Justice July action coming at you from D2 server, and we got a good one here. Game 5, and Evan's gonna do a +2 door opener here, leaving the possibility for West to stack it. But again, good series
Might be
here
worth it.
in the game 5, 2-2. We'll see if West goes for the +2. He is going to, and he's gonna go over the yellow. So
Given
we're
more
back to
cards
where we
to
were
Evan.
a few minutes ago. Back to where we were with 12-8, right after West did the wild. So back to that spot. Again, Evan's kind of been playing from behind for a good chunk of both this game and a lot of this series, but usually with these wins finds a way to swoop in and take it.
A battle of endurance for sure.
Yeah, the
Just
longer
trying
these
to
games.
outlast West on some of these colors. Maybe that doubling up on that +2 earlier helped Evan more, finding some options that could be used against West here.
And again, the longer this game goes, the more comfortable I think Evan's gonna feel. But we are gonna keep rolling on yellow. At this point, though, Evan's gonna need either, unless if Evan doesn't really have the ammo here to force West to draw, he's gonna have to find a way to make West draw on a color. Oh, that's gonna help too. He just got a 4-card run, and suddenly we are tied.
Nice. Closing the gap very suddenly. An even game once again.
West with the blue 8. West still has the possession arrow lead.
How much
Yeah,
blue
what's
do
the
these
blue?
players got in stock?
Like, well, Evan's got a blue 2 here. Both have 5. Definitely going to be a painful draw for whoever has to do it first. Wild yellow, so we're going back into yellow. Does that force Evan into a bad spot here?
That's 2 of the wilds out of here. Evan taking a moment to consider what option might be taken from here. If there's maybe another color swap coming, or if there's some sort of play that could be made on yellow.
I would think Evan does have a play here. Based off how long this is taking, it's just which one does he do? Wes trying to make his comments here, saying yeah he can't win. He's gonna power play and okay goes to the +4 and goes into green. So no power play left from Evan. Does a +4 blue into green. It's gonna be a risky power play here.
Oh man, if Wes has something to swap off of green, I think that could ruin whatever Evan's plan was here, but...
Yellow 6. We go back into yellow.
That was a really risky power play. I don't know if it's going to pay off. I can see where Evan's head was at there with pulling the trigger, but yeah, just not the right number to land on.
And we'll see how this pans out here. Evan's going to want to win this game now for sure. And it's a 3-card run from West here. That might have been some of the ammo he was giving out.
Dang.
And we are back to 5 apiece. Evan's still with nothing on
Dang.
yellow. And ultimately that power play might not pan out depending on how this goes. Wes has just been running these
Another
yellows.
yellow 6. Wes had 2 of them in store, so even if Evan could have swapped off with another 6 earlier, Wes would have just plopped it right back to yellow. That's insane.
Another draw here from Evan. And Wes has finally ran out, so that's going to be the damage done here. We get into another draw city here, past 10 minutes just now, so this is the longest game of the series so far, but Evan has just used his power play, and now we'll have to see how the rest of this game pans out. What's going to draw?
Both of them iced once again.
Evan's going to have to definitely figure this out here with the reconstructed hand here, but once again he finds himself behind on the card counts.
Yellow 1 might be more opportunity for a color swap here. It won't be into blue. Both blue 1s are out, but red and green are still open possibilities as Evan takes up the green.
That was what he wanted before, so, but he's not going to get it. He's going to get red. It's going to be another crossover from Wes here, and Evan's still nothing on
Dang.
red, so
That's
really looking
2
like
colors
green.
to be iced on.
Really looking at the green here at this point. But what Wes is now rolling. Gets the blue. At this point needs to find a way to stall out Wes.
Has not been successful in finding that method yet.
And Wes saying I think might have the game here. That will be big for Wes here if he can find it.
3-card finish.
Plus
That's
4, and
it.
that'll do it. Wow. That's going to be a big win for Wes here. Burns the power play from Evan, and Wes goes up 3-2 with his power play still in store.
Ah, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one for Evan here was what was the idea behind the power play there? I mean, definitely could have had a finish there on the green, but I mean, your thoughts on what went wrong in that one and just a reaction here.
This has been a very intense matchup between these two. They know how to keep each other from finishing too early in the game, but I think they both struggle in the midst of that finding a way to have a path to the end themselves without burning a +4 or a +2 earlier, which could help them get into a finish.
What says the T is working so bad, and then for Evan, two-face playing with that power play, I should have expected that switch. Yeah, and after that, it was just a panic session. Yeah, so ultimately it did not work out for Evan. That's going to throw him in a bit of a disadvantage here in these last 2 games.
It was a big gamble, and I feel like there was potential for it to work, but Wes literally had 2 yellow 6s. That's you can't really do much against that.
Alright, for Wes, possible I could win some power play, but then again, Elixir Horde, it's all depending on what card he played. And I mean, we look at the ammo here. I mean, this has been pretty split so far. Wes has had a few more wilds, but yeah, this has not really been an ammo heavy series. This has been a lot more numbers. So
Yeah. Color swaps and numbers, as we see on the stat of time switched color, they're both near 20 now.
after I switched to that red one, it was depending on if he switched the color or not, which I believe was right here. Red 5, blue 5. I mean, it was really just a red switch or a green switch there. Yeah, so yeah, he mentioned it there. Switched to yellow or blue, could have lost. Still red or green, it was victory. I think the thing though was, well, it could have been a 50-50. Evan definitely had a green, but he also had blue. So yellow and red were definitely not going to be options though for Evan there, looking at what his last hand was. But
Right.
yeah, we'll go into game 6 here. Again, West looking to make it to the round 16 for the first time. Evan trying to take control of his LCQ fate.
Wes trying to finally break past this round of 32.
You could just do Uno log for that one. That works too. All right, he's gonna go up here with 12.
That's what I thought would happen.
Could have gone 6, but yeah, again, Evan back against the wall here. Gonna need to win these next 2 without the power play. And we open with yellow 4. Now you expect West to give us a reaction for what his hand is going into this one.
What's the T tell?
No,
No
wow,
table
nothing.
talk to start. Just play him. Wow. Okay, if I'm Evan, I'm actually scared this time.
This is kind of just how these mind games work, though, because I mean, Wes has been doing a pretty decent job with it.
What?
I would be flabbergasted if this is the victory here.
Is this gonna
But
be a power play this early? I have no idea what Wes is
maybe a
talking
big
about.
run at least, but I would be stunned if this is the finish. That would be 11 cards. Okay. It's a 4-card run.
We're
Red reverse didn't
going
get played right, but it's gonna be ending on red 9. So
triple reverse.
it gives them a little time to figure this out here, but all right, well, we'll see what Evan does here. Could be some more desperation here at this point, since he knows he can't afford another loss here. And there you see some of the desperation right there. He's just gonna +6 it right away and goes into yellow.
Does not want to let Wes get away with a lead as long as Evan sees that he's got a run to bring it back into yellow. I mean, I'm kind of curious how many cards Evan has on yellow at this point.
Say we go back to
Is it
red,
really?
which, I mean, yeah, I was about to say,
Oh.
I'm assuming he meant the pink king of red. And red is still watching here. But yeah, Evan gonna be fine with red for now. What's going with the red still?
Wah wah wah.
And the red eyes as well. Evan going with a yellow switch here. And again, I mean, for Evan, really, if he could just keep this running down, that's going to be big for him. He just needs to force this game 7 here.
Pulling out that +6 on Wes earlier, though, gives Wes a lot of opportunity to have, yeah,
Ooh,
ammo
the
or
red.
numbers to fight back with.
We are heading back to red here. Wes is not wanting the yellow here for now. Now what does Evan do? He's typing, so may have a few options here, but draw can also be one of those options. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Evan going to
Evan finally engaging with table talk again.
All right, gonna go blue. Puts him at 5.
Still a good lead.
West is a fish with legs, so we may go green. Or he's just saying he has legs. Yeah, he just has legs.
There's no run. We're just walking.
Blue 5, blue reverse, blue 9. Evan down to 3 here. Maybe has an opportunity here. He's gonna depend on what his remaining 3 cards are. If the +4 is one of them, he's in a good spot. But
yeah,
if it's like a number situation, it might be a little bit of praying needed.
Might be a situation where Evan's hoping he still had that power play to make use of here.
+2. So back up to 5 now. That just kind of undid the double play there. And Evan
Another.
gets a +2 off the top
Ooh.
deck as well, but he's going to leave it open. May not have wanted to leave it stranded.
I mean, seeing Wes already burn a +2 there, I feel like it's a little bit safer to leave the door open on it, but
Apologies
I
for
still
language
think
there.
it's kind of tough to say what's going to happen at this point. Wes is baffled by the move.
Wild
Swapping a
red.
red.
Alright, so there you go. I'm going to red 5. Again, West is kind of hard to read because he kind of goes above that scale where it's like, not really sure what he's going for sometimes, but I get a ditto here.
I think the only guarantee is when Wes says it's a time for a freak show, you know it's over. Anything else, I don't really trust what he says.
Alright, Evan drawing on the red here, not what he wants. I don't think he has, that leaves him at 2 color here. And West's gonna go with the double here on the red. I mean, West has just been really able to run these the color for a majority of this game. What Evan gets to switch the green, so that could help him, but the gap is really small here, so if West has like a double of some sort, could still be an advantage.
Wes with that power play still too could be able to find a finish earlier than expected.
Evan has nothing here.
Dang. Leaving it open on a skip too, that could be a potential run ender for Wes.
Green 3, keeps it green.
Keeping it calm, keeping it steady. Evan finding a
Switch the
yellow.
I think there's definitely going to be some Hail Marys here at this point.
This
and
could be the
West
series.
could be looking to finish this up.
That's
right,
the power play.
We'll see what this does here. All right.
Hyping up the big play.
And I mean, this could be honestly be a +4 finish, as well. But
With only 2 cards left.
TL3. So that is a ditto actually. And there's the +4, gets the Uno call, and that will do it. Another +4 finish for West here to wrap this one up. Wow.
Drawing out his victory.
And another wild as well. Jeez, 6-1 differential in the wilds.
And that's gonna be it. Evan is gonna have to be praying on that Ninja Jacks match for LCQ chances. But dang. Wes finally able to break through into the regional semifinals for the first time this season, making it all the way on a 4-2 finish.
Yeah, I mean, West was able to get a lot of these runs to the end there. Just had all these good ammo holds and whatnot. Even the draw city maybe helped out a little bit, but I think the biggest thing for Evan was a lot of the times he was not really able to get those connections there, and that really was putting him in a bad spot. So, yeah, I mean, that's how it goes here. I mean, for Evan, I mean, season technically not over yet. I mean, there is still a chance, but it's definitely going to be a lot having to go his way, including West having to lose in the next round. Yeah, I mean, your thoughts on this one and anything that maybe could have gone a little different there to maybe have a different outcome. But I mean, in general, just any thoughts.
I'm thinking Evan was Evan was playing ammo and then leaving it out there and drawing quite a few times. I feel like in situations like that, you might just want to draw and leave the ammo in your hand to find a better time to play it because leaving it out there without a more meaningful run, I think that can come back to bite you in the butt sometimes, and I think that's what we saw here with
Uh, I
Evan
don't
just
think
not
I
having
don't think
connections.
I don't think T is a drug. Um, but yeah. We'll see what Wes has to say on that one. Yeah, no, I definitely wasn't playing well from start to finish for Evan there.
Just not his match here.
Yeah, brutal stuff there.
I mean, that power play gambit, admittedly, I thought that had potential, but it was just an unlucky switch with the circumstances of Wes's cards in that moment. So Evan definitely had some plays, some good ideas, but not good execution in the moment to moment.
I think the unfortunate thing for Evan with that power play was I think that was definitely like a half court three. And I think unfortunately it just brinked off the rim. So
Yeah,
it was I think there was the look was there. I just don't think the situation at hand lined up for it to work out. But uh yeah. Call me over on waivers. All right. For
a
West,
rough
well,
end
only
to the
gonna get worse for
season
the
for
year.
Evan.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's a tough one, but it's only getting worse from here. Round 6 is gonna be full contestants, even worse to beat. I have to mentally prepare myself. All I can say is GG Evan. Thanks for making strategies work out. Also, the fact that everyone predicted me to be Evan 4-1. I think I said 4-2. But yeah, I mean the predictions definitely part of it as well.
Having
Yeah, I
the
thought.
predictions from fan support definitely motivates you more in these matches. I can say from experience.
Mhm. I do gotta say also, I think a big part of how this one ended up was, I mean, what's going with the table talk, going for some of the mind games here.
Yeah.
I do actually think that worked out there, and I think kind of that threw Evan off his game a little bit. But uh, yeah, I mean, for sure it's gonna be one that Evan wishes he could have had back, but he's not out of it yet. But it's gonna be a long road here. He's gonna need Ninja Jacks to lose. He's gonna need Weston to lose, and he's gonna need a few other people to lose, to get in. But uh. Yeah, we'll see how it all plays out, but definitely not the result Evan was hoping for here today. But Wes into the round of 16 here. It gets the
Let's
job
see
done.
how much further Wes's farthest run can go. I mean, broke past the limit. Can only see where things go for him from here.
Yep. All right, well, we'll take a look at the bracket here. Wes is the first one to move on to the round of 16 for his Justice July. He gets the win over Evan. First upset of the top half of the region, although that's a 4-5, so really minimal differential there. But Wes will face the winner of Cyan Ninja Jacks. We'll see who gets the win there. I mean, for Evan, he needs Ninja Jacks to lose, and then he's gonna need Cyan to beat Wes as well. So I mean, I think Evan's going to be Cyan's biggest supporter from this point forward, as he could eliminate two of the people who are definitely putting a threat to his playoff hopes. But we'll see how that all plays out. Looking at the rest of the bracket here in terms of Evan's situation here, because again, he's not out of it yet, but it's going to be a tough road. He needs a few people to lose. But yeah, Atomic Dia need to make the final four. Mashup needs to make the final four. Not Short needs to make the round of 8, so might be rooting for 6 there. We can cover that one. Bottom half, Breath needs to make the final four. KGS needs to make the round of 8, so that's another one there. That one's coming up in just a bit, so might have to watch out for that one. Guest final four. Mark and Arnhem already in. Tim James final four. Uh, Marvel final four, not with the DQ win. Clint needs to make the round of 8. Puzzle Dan final four. Jordy final four, and then Vixie final four. So I mean, the big ones he's really watching out for at this moment are probably Clint Green, Not Short, Cagius, and Ninja Jack. So those are probably the 4 people he's watching out for here at this point. Then the rest of the people who are not locked in have to make the final 4, so that's going to be a little bit further away. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. Nifty, any final thoughts on that match as we get ready to wrap up and go directly into our next one?
Are you saying the Wes v. Evan match here?
Yeah, Wes Evan.
Yeah. I'd say this was a very good and exciting opener to our round of 32 matchups that we got lined up for the rest of the weekend. Glad to see Wes manage to pull it out. I wasn't sure if the table talk tactics were actually going to be going much of anywhere because Evan wasn't engaging with it, but I mean, it doesn't matter in the end when you still manage to find the correct winning plays with the connections on cards. So, bit of luck on both of their on both sides, especially Evan top decking that +4 to find the finish. But yeah, ultimately Wes breaking past limits. We'll see if we can spot more underdog victories within the rest of this tournament bracket.
All right, we'll see how this all goes down. But again, Talk with KG is about to start here in the prosecution region, and then White Spider Clint going on 5:30. That's gonna be another one Evan wants to watch out for. And then defense region, our final stream of the day, that'll be Joao and Bree in a good ranked match between 2 people looking to make the D2 championship as an at-large. But we'll see how that one all goes around. And then wrapping up, of course, at 11 p.m. with Red vs. Cast. All right, that'll do it for us. Thank you all so much for watching. We will be back with some more MRE UNO action, including in an hour with our final regional final of Jackpot June. And then, of course, going into the second stream for D2 of the day with Joao and Bree. But till then, thank you all so much for watching. This has been MRE Uno on behalf of Nifty, my co-commentator, our ref Joao, and everyone who came out to watch. Thank you all so much for watching. Congratulations to Wes on the victory here. And until then, we will catch you all in a bit with some more MRE Uno action. But until then, take care, y'all.
This has been a presentation of MRE UNO Division 2.